Warriors, good morning and happy Thursday. You may be watching this in the future. My name is Coach JV. I am the top health and mindset coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. I'm the coach who says, don't believe a word I say. What I'm working to do is teach you how to fish. You give a man or woman a fish, they'll eat for a day. You give them a fishing pole, they'll eat for a lifetime. You teach them how to farm, they will feed a nation, as my boy William says. Well, things are getting excited in the crypto space, but what we have to understand, Warriors, that 1 of 3 people that go into the crypto space have no idea what they're talking about. Now, how did I get into the crypto space? I was on the dark side, I call it, the banking side, right? So I spent 12 years in banking, became an executive banker, went to a CBA executive banking school, and learned how to scale banks from the ground up. So I understood the banking side, and then when I started to study I call it the fraudulent system of them just printing money into infinity, and I started to study very deep the World Economic Forum and IMF, I started to understand the whole new space and new asset class, cryptocurrency. And I became obsessed with it, and I teach warriors all over the world exactly what I'm doing in the quantum financial system. Just so you know, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, so don't follow my advice. I teach people how to fish so they can make informed decisions, so they can become the uncommon 1%. So what I want to talk to you about today, will Ripple become a bank? Will Ripple become a bank? I'm going to show you some information that will really shock you. And I want to start to get you to think like the 1%. Okay? So as you look this way, Warriors, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. And I want to show you the psychology of a market cycle. And one of the biggest things that I'm working to really put the information out, remember your subconscious mind picks up what repeatedly is said. Most people are going to get wrecked in the crypto space. I'm not saying this to provide fear, but there's so many amazing crypto YouTubers out there. Everybody's talking about price predictions, making money. That's all I hear. JV, how much money am I going to make? How much do I need to put in to get rich? How much do I need to put into XRP? How much do I... Okay, that's all great. It doesn't matter how much you put in. You need to know how to get out, and you need to know how to pull profits, and you need to have an exit strategy, Warriors, and you need to know where you're at in the market cycle. Okay, so I'm not a technical analysis person. I have technical analysis people on my team. I'm a fundamental investor. I invest based like Warren Buffett style. I understand the leadership team, the real world solve. I don't jump in and out of cryptocurrencies, but also I have a insanely strict exit strategy that what I roll out to my warriors, okay? So what I want to show you first, you need to know where you're at in the market cycle, because none of you will time the top and none of you will time the bottom. Everybody's like, is it going to bottom back out? You're never going to time the bottom. You're never going to time the top, okay? The key is to have an exit strategy on the way up and on the way down if you miss the top, right? You're never going to catch the top. That's how you get wrecked. Just like fitness, just like mindset, just like starting a business, you need a business plan. In business, you want an exit strategy. You always have to have mental and emotional discipline in this market, or you're going to get wrecked. So let me show you where I think we're at right now. So think about this. Last year, a lot of us experienced some people for 3 years. I was in the bull market for about 1.5 years. So you had this portion right here where anger, depression, disbelief, and then on the back end of the year, we started to come into hope. Optimism, PayPal starts to allow you to buy and sell cryptocurrency on their platform. A lot of people start talking about it, right? Michael Saylor starts to talk about Bitcoin, and he's moving his assets into Bitcoin. Tesla, we came into the front end of this year. Tesla invests a bunch into Bitcoin. Now they're talking about it like crazy. Dogecoin, all this stuff. We're hitting the belief stage heavily, and I think we're heading towards thrill. Now, what's going to happen about the next 6 months, so we're in April, so we're March, April, May, June, July, August, September, right? About the next 6 months, based on what I've understood from, BitBoy Crypto, Blockchain Backer, DIY investing, just listening to other chart analysis and our own team as well, is understanding that there could be a pullback in September. Specifically, BitBoy Crypto talks about this a lot. The big pullback in September, right? Following market cycles. Now, I'm planning on a strict exit strategy by September and October, okay? Now, the reason why is because I'm not going to sit here and try to time the market or trust just people on YouTube telling me what to do, right? So I put a very strict exit strategy, and so I believe, and you can feel euphoria. You can feel it. So when it gets close to euphoria, I'm going to start backing out of my position with a 50% exit strategy, okay? So very strict exit strategy. So on the way up, you want to start to exit out, right? You don't want to pull too early, and you don't want to pull too late. But you also don't want to wait to try to catch the top. Because if you wait to catch the top, you're going to miss it, and you're going to get wrecked and miss a bunch of your profits. So I believe right now we're hitting thrill, right? In the summertime, you're going to feel the euphoria, just massive amounts of people talking about crypto. But here's what happens. This is the game, warriors. As you're looking this way, buying Bitcoin or an altcoin, right? And it's going parabolic. What the elites are doing, the uncommon 1%, we're going to be selling off and you're going to be buying that. You're going to be buying that, right? So as you become the uncommon 1%, you got to think like the uncommon 1%. So as they're selling, you're buying the supply that they're selling as they're selling it on the way down, and then it comes crashing down, and then they buy the blood in the streets. Does that make sense, Warriors? So what we do in the Warrior Academy is we communicate, we keep talking, and so when the stock market crashes, boom, we're buying blood in the streets. When the housing market crashes, boom, we're buying blood in the streets. It's very, very tough mental discipline to do the opposite of the 99%, the sheeple. Think about it, Warriors. If we all did what the news said, we would all be the 1%, or opposite of what the news said, we'd all be the 1%. They're not telling you what to do. They're telling you what not to do, and so they can do the opposite and become very rich. So I believe we're right now coming up into thrill. It's getting exciting. It's getting fun. But you got to remember, those of you watching this, we are a small percentage of the population. So is Ripple going to become a bank? Let's break this down and let's start to bring pieces together into one place so we can make informed decisions and we can make decisions. Now, one thing I'll share with you guys is I talk a lot about XRP. Here's why. I'm not an XRP maximalist. I love XRP in the real world solve. I love XLM in the real world solve. Now think about this. If you're a CrossFitter, right, you talk about CrossFit all the time because you know a lot about it. If you're a vegan, you talk about being a vegan a lot because you know a lot about it. If you're a firefighter, I know a lot about banking, so it's something that's very exciting to me. It's very comfortable for me. I understand banking at a very deep level, and I understand what XRP, XLM is going to do for the real-world solve for banking. If I owned a bank, I would want XRP on my team. So that's why I talk about it often, because I have a lot of knowledge around it. But I also have a broad portfolio of cryptocurrencies that have real-world solve, many different cryptocurrencies. I have Ethereum. I use Bitcoin to do leverage trading. There's different things that I have within my portfolio that have real-world solves, Warriors. So I don't just have XRP, just so you know. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I talk a lot about the things that I know, just like most people do, right? I'm not going to pretend to know everything. I'm not an expert. I'm just somebody who understands banking at a deep level. Okay, so Wyoming bill to recognize DOAs as companies approved by Senate committee. So Wyoming is heating up in the crypto space. The bill now proceeds to vote in a Wyoming House of Representatives. Legislation recognized decentralized autonomous organizations as companies was approved by Wyoming State Senate on Tuesday. The bill now proceeds to vote in Wyoming House of Representatives, where it will become the law if it passed unaltered. Wyoming would be the first U.S. state to pass such legislation into law. Now, this is important. Just so listen to what this says. DOAs are companies who governance is built on smart contracts and where decisions making is shared around the organization rather being centralized under a boss or an executive. This is huge, Warriors. I want you to think about what they're doing right now. The legislation would allow DOAs to set up in Wyoming, adding greater legitimacy to cryptocurrency projects and furthermore enhancing the state's reputation as a blockchain-friendly jurisdiction for new companies. The state also introduced a bill in February to build a blockchain-based system for companies to file reports, data, and information. I've been telling you guys for a long time, this is where we're heading. The voter thing was a narrative to get us onto the blockchain. Your medical records are going to be on a blockchain. All documents are going to be on a blockchain. Your real estate's going to be on a blockchain. Everything's going to be on a blockchain. Your birth certificate, your passport, everything's going to be on a blockchain, Warriors. And so what Wyoming is doing, they're rushing to get to be the first state, basically, in America that is a blockchain-friendly state. Now, this is really important because Ripple, we know that Ripple in the past here registered in Wyoming as a business. So more crypto companies are realizing Wyoming is better domicile than Delaware due to the crypto-friendly laws, says Caitlin Long. Blockchain-based payments firm Ripple Labs is now registered as a business in Wyoming. According to records from Wyoming's Secretary of State, Ripple Markets, Wyoming LLC, status as a local business is listed active after initial filing in February 2020. As a limited liability company, Ripple's registered agent will be based in Cheyenne. It's about 5 minutes away from Kraken. More crypto companies are realizing Wyoming is better domicile than Delaware due to the crypto-friendly laws, said Caitlin Long on Twitter. Long is the CEO of a digital bank, Avante, Bank and Trust associated with the state legislator's Select Committee on Blockchain Financial Technology Digital Innovation. She said crypto firms like Ripple should consider relocating to Wyoming due to the state not having any corporate or franchise taxes, any cryptocurrency being exempt from property or sales taxes. In addition, there is a presence of U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis. The Wyoming lawmaker is one of the first to say digital assets will be a key part of legislative agenda. Responding to the Ripple news, Lummis said policy directors said many people were maximalists on Wyoming. So check this out. Remember, this article came out in February 21, 2021. I put the cart before the horse. If we go back, this came out on March 10th, 2021, talking about Wyoming bill to recognize DOAs as companies approved by Senate committee. So everything she's saying is coming true within Wyoming. We know Kraken, this is old news, right? Kraken wins bank charter approval. So we are thrilled to announce that the state of Wyoming has approved Kraken's application form to be the world's first specialized purpose depository institution, Kraken Bank. I love Kraken, so I use Kraken to move large amounts of cryptocurrency out of my platform. And then we got here, Avante Financial joins Kraken as a Wyoming-approved crypto bank. So this was on October 28th, 2020. Blockchain pioneer Caitlin Long, this lady is all over the place, CEO of her own special purpose depository institution. Avante Financial banking charter was approved unanimously by a Wyoming State Banking Board on Wednesday, becoming the second newly chartered bank in the state in 2020, after Kraken Financial earned approval last month. Okay, Warriors, so I'm telling you, I think you see the narrative now. Crypto is here to stay. And I want you to hear it from this gentleman. So if you haven't seen, I would highly recommend you go to Real Vision. This is freaking amazing. Their stuff is so good. So I always say his name wrong. Raul Paul. He's all over the media too in regards to Bitcoin. And he has his own website here. And there's so many cool things you can register. But I'm going to show you a portion of this video. He's talking to Bill Barhart. And it's really, really neat to hear him talk about banking. I agree with him 100%. I believe by 2025, all banks are going to operate on a blockchain. You are going to have custody cryptocurrency, and I'm going to predict it right now. Your banks are going to be customer service banks. That's how they're going to get into the game. That's how they're going to make their money, right? So basically what's going to happen, we're going to be decentralized as our own little bankers, right? But they're going to create decentralized platforms within the banking system and fee you, okay? So they're going to start to pick up on the model. I understand how to scale banks. How could you stay in the banking game if everything's going decentralized? You move to a customer service type environment. What do you think happened with the C word in the pandemic, Warriors? You started using the drive-thru at your bank. They shut down one door at the bank. You could only make an appointment, right? They're training your brain, preemptive programming, to use the blockchain, to use digital wallets, to use a talking teller, to not use humans. So eventually you're going to have a virtual banker, you're going to have a virtual teller, you're going to be custodying your cryptocurrency, you're going to be moving money at the speed of light just like you do with tech when you move from a letter to an email, right? So it's the Web3 as CryptoCito talked about it, was who we interviewed every single Wednesday. And you are in a web type environment. You are in a new internet type environment. And you, who are watching this, are an early adopter. And so before I share this video, I want to position this, Warriors. But being an early adopter can be very, very scary. Because what goes up must come down, Warriors. This is going to extremely go up this year, and it's going to come down. Then we're going to go into a 3-year bear market. I believe in 2025 is going to be the massive adoption. So you may as well start now and get yourself set up. Not financial advice, but get yourself set up for 2025. Imagine 4 years of patience, of understanding the cryptocurrency game. You may make some good money right now, but imagine by being patient, learning the fundamentals, understanding the cryptocurrency space, and when real adoption comes in 2025, you'll be one of the wealthiest people in the world if you play it right. Okay, so let's watch this video. I love the way he explains the future of banking.
The direction of being that full bank for cryptocurrency. And ironically, now, even though we have lots of people with 6- and 7-figure deposits in Abra, we also have people in the bottom of the pyramid countries putting $4, $5, $6 in Abra in a single app. And I say ironically because it was really the developing markets that pushed me to do this in the first place. And in the meantime, we've got every single aspect of the income pyramid or component of the income pyramid using this one single app. I don't know if there's any other app in the world, banking or otherwise, maybe WhatsApp, that has that gamut of income and kind of user profiles that we do now.
So your vision really is, in the end, is to bring a bank into that for everybody.
Yes.
So anybody who has a phone, you have a bank.
Yes, that's right. And I think crypto is the future of banking. And at this point, I don't see how I just don't see a scenario where that's not true. I really don't see how cryptocurrencies aren't at the center of banking in the future. Now it's on the edge.
Okay, let's stop for a moment. Let's provide validity to what he's saying. What are your banks talking about? CBDC, central bank digital currencies. 80 to 90% of central banks are talking about a CBDC.
But I think it's moving towards the center, and it will take over.
So when you go back and speak to your old mates from Goldman, as we all do they get it now? And how do they perceive it?
Yeah, they get the digital gold store of value story, for sure. It's hard, partially because you can't argue with $1 trillion market cap, and nobody thinks Bitcoin is going to zero now. I think there's myriad discussions around, where does it really fit in? Is it a fad? Is there going to be better technology? But nobody thinks that's going away.
Okay, so I'll stop it right there. You can go to Real Vision, you can sign up, you can see all these amazing videos, educate yourself, right? But think about what he just said. Bitcoin's not going anywhere, Warriors. The whole narrative of it's a fraud. It's $1 trillion market cap. Think about that, Warriors. $1 trillion. It's the new asset class for the world. Your stock market's going to be tokenized eventually. Everything's going to be tokenized. So think about what the opportunity you have right now, Warriors. I'm bringing you, first of all, I'm bringing you the excitement, but I'm also going to give you the real deal. Okay, this is a very exciting time, and a lot of you guys are going to FOMO, fear of missing out, into it. But a lot of people are going to get wrecked. We can look at price predictions all day. We can say, XRP is going to go to $10. We can say it's not financial advice. But the biggest key is, how do you make profit in this bull cycle? How do you make profit? You do it by having a very strict exit strategy, just like anything in life. I'm a multifaceted business owner, right? We have exit strategies. We had a freaking plan. That's why we survived the C word. We have a facility here that got shut down, and I was able to pivot quickly because I think ahead. I have a plan for everything, Warriors. I always plan ahead about 5 years. I've been looking at technology for the business about 5 years ago when I started to build and form the business, Warriors. I understood we were moving into a fintech type environment or a technology type environment in the training world, right? So Warriors, you have to have a strict exit strategy. So that's what I help my Warriors do. I have a community of over 800 Warriors now. We're growing by 10 to 15 Warriors per day. We have about 700 people in our Discord. That Discord is a bunch of people sharing information and growing together. It's good for beginners to absorb the information. I also have a Warrior Academy where we teach you subconscious mind programming around wealth. You go through a 120-day challenge. You work out with us live daily. Nutrition plan, goal setting, vision board, how I think in my subconscious mind. But most important, we have a beginner's cryptocurrency course in there. We're not financial advisors, not financial advice, just a bunch of warriors together helping each other. We also have a Thursday call. Every single Thursday, I go over my portfolio. I don't show you how much I have invested. I show you the allocations that I have invested of the exact cryptocurrency I'm invested in, and I share why. But also today, for example, we're going over a very strict exit strategy that we had 2 engineers help us build. And it's an Excel spreadsheet that shows your exact cryptocurrency, at what point you're going to buy out, and then the position points that you're going to buy out along the way, so your dollar cost averaging out of the market, so you don't miss so it's basically you don't miss profits on the way up to the top, right? And if you do miss the top, you've already taken some profits off the table. The key is to get your initial investment back, and then you're working with house money. It's called emotional discipline investing. If you don't do that, you're going to get wrecked, Warriors. So I just want to help support you through this bull cycle, and most importantly, the thing I'm most excited about is the bear market. Is how do we make money in the bear market to get prepared for 2025? So we're building a community, a family that's going to roll together, that's going to help you together. It's going to get you to the uncommon 1%. There's no guarantee. We're not financial advisors. We're just a group of people. I don't claim to be the smartest person in the world, but the key is just like Think and Grow Rich. Just imagine Henry Ford when he was sitting there on trial, and they said to him, "How are you going to run a company? You only know how to build and tear down cars." And he said, "So my skill set is I'm a great leader." Right in front of Henry Ford, he said, "I have a switchboard that I could hit a button, I can summon an expert." That's what I built within my academy. is I have experts, cryptocurrency experts. We have technical analysis people I can go to and hit a button to help me build a spreadsheet to help the warriors. So I bring the warriors together, bring in information. I'm a professional in subconscious mind programming and investing companies so that I can make informed decisions for myself and my portfolio. Like I said, not a financial advisor, not financial advice, just here to guide people so they can have some fun, enjoy themselves, bring the money back to the people. I'm a believer in God. I follow the life of Jesus, and I've been divinely directed, divinely protected, and divinely guided to this. That's all I got to say today, warriors. Share this video with a friend or family. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. 2 videos a day. Say what you mean in the comments. Just don't say it mean. Warriors, rise. Let's go.